Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And today I think we got a real treat for you guys. I was at my local Walmart checking out the toy aisle, seeing what kind of figures and collectibles they might have up, when I came across a box that was damaged up from Mattel. It was the Castle Grayskull playset. Now when I looked at the box, it seemed like it had everything in it, and the playset was only $42. So obviously I jumped on it and picked it up, brought it home. It looks amazing. I actually went and picked up 2 figures to go along with it. So that's gonna be our review today. Once again guys, this thing is amazing. I remember my friends having this as a kid. I had He-Man figures, but I never actually had Castle Grayskull. So finally, to actually own one is really cool, and this one is amazing. It is truly awesome. So let's quit talking about it. Let's go ahead and let's check out this playset right here. Alright guys, now as you can see, this thing takes up my entire little tiny studio that I made to shoot these videos. It's got a lot of details. See here, you can see the windows. You got the detailing of the eyes on the skull. It's got details everywhere on this, and as you can see, they actually got a brown door. It's detailed really nice. This thing is amazing. Now let's take a look all the way around. As you can see up here, you got that laser. Now I do remember that from the original. Once again, look all the way around. It's got details everywhere. It's got the original closing style as the original Castle Grayskull had, but on this side it's got a little bit more detail than the original. You can see that the rules are actually painted. Now I remember the original He-Man one, everything was just like a black spray paint on the back, all the little details and windows. You got the handle just like the original. This thing is awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and keep it going. As you can see here on the side, once again, they did a lot of detail. It looks like as if they used the exact same mold from back in the 80s. This thing is an awesome piece, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it. And since I was picking up Castle Grayskull, of course I had to pick up the new figures of He-Man and Skeletor. They actually remind me so much of the original figures. They look really awesome, and we're gonna get into the figures and the inside of this playset right now. So let's go ahead and let's open this thing up. But before we go inside, let's take a quick look at the front door. It actually has a cool feature here. As you know, He-Man and Skeletor do come with each half of the Sword of Power. Here's He-Man's half right here. As you can see, let me see if I can get it in focus so you can see some of the details. It's got some pretty cool detail on one side, and it has a little connections on the back for the other half of the Sword of Power. Now, here's Skeletor's half of the sword. So here's Skeletor's half of the Sword of Power. It's a lot darker than what is coming off on camera. It's coming off a lot brighter here. See the details, you see the back connections. Now one of the cool things from the original Castle Grayskull is that when you combine the 2 swords to create the Sword of Power, it acted as a key to get the drawbridge down on the front of the castle. So this is the first time I'm trying it. Let's see if I can actually get it to open up that front door. And just like the original, if you can see here, I'm trying to see if I can get it in focus. Even back in the 80s, they always had that problem with that little split on the top. No big deal, but let's see if we can actually open that front door. Now you're just supposed to take the sword and slide it through this opening here, and it's supposed to unlock the door. I'm having a little trouble here. Oh, there it goes. Now the door opens, and there goes He-Man. But once again, that's a cool feature from the original Castle Grayskull. So let's go ahead, open this up, and take a look inside. So opening it up, this thing is massive. Now, as a kid, I remember this thing being huge, but I figured it would be smaller as an adult. This thing is still huge. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, I am missing some stickers everywhere. That's because, like I said before, this box was damaged. I think that's the reason why the price was reduced. And somebody actually pulled out the limited edition Sorcerer's figure. And by doing so, they actually pulled out the sticker sheet. Now I'm able to find them, and I did order the sticker sheet, and I ordered an additional cardboard from the original 1982 Castle Grayskull to display inside my playset here. Once I get those in the mail, I'll do an update so you guys can check it out. And I'm also trying to find, because they never actually did it in 82, it was planned but they never did it. They actually was planning a mat to actually put Castle Grayskull on, and it was a really cool art design. The original artist that did all the original artwork for the boxes of the action figure and vehicles. I'm trying to see if I can find something similar that I can actually display my Castle Grayskull on top of. Once I do that, once again, like I said, I'll do an update so you guys can check it out. But as you can see here, it's got a lot going on the inside. So let's start taking a look at some of the cool features and accessories that comes with this playset. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to take a look at here is the weapons rack. Now as you can see here, it comes with 3 weapons. You first got the sword, you got this staff axe, and you got a laser rifle. Pretty cool accessory right there. Alright, now here he has that little training device where He-Man can actually go and train up his fighting skills. But if he's not paying attention, looks like he's going to need to do some extra training. Alright guys, now I'm not sure if the original Castle Grayskull came with this, but if you see there on the screen in the lower right hand side, you see another weapons rack there. Now once again, I'm not sure if the original came with it, but this version of Grayskull comes with it. It's a cool little feature. You can throw some more weapons on there. If you have them, you can display them that way. Once again, it's your toy. You display it how you like. Guys, and just like the original, over here you got the elevator with the little gargoyle that if you pull on him, you can bring up the elevator up and down from the first to the second floor. That is pretty cool. I swear I think they just used the original molding because everything is so identical to the original one in the playset from back in the 80s. And on this side of the castle, on the second floor, you have that giant computer, and you have a little spot to put the ladder that comes with this. No, you didn't have that in the original, but you got it on this one, and I think that's pretty cool right there to go straight to the 3rd floor. And just like the original, just above the door, you have the throne room, and it has the throne where He-Man's saying supposed to be a sticker of a rug, but once again you turn the throne and it opens the trap door, which is pretty cool. Once again, just like the original, this is truly an amazing playset and display piece. And just like the original, above the throne you actually have that laser turret where you can actually stick one of the figures up there to man the guns. This is really cool. I just love the way they actually incorporated all the original designs from the original Castle Grayskull into this one. I'm telling you, I swear they kept the original molds and they just redid it now. And as you can see on the other side, you actually had the flagpole where it came with 2 flags, one showing that He-Man was in charge of the castle or Skeletor was in charge of the castle. Now once again, I don't have those stickers. They're in the mail, they're on their way. Once I get those in the mail, I'll be showing you the update. Once again, this is an amazing display piece. Alright, now here's something they redesigned for this playset here. This playset comes with 2 little flags that you can see hanging here from the rafters. Let's pull this one up so you can actually take a closer look at it. And as you can see, it is a green flag with like a purple dragon holding some sort of mystical ball, which is pretty cool right there. Let's take a quick look at the green one. Now this one is actually a sticker in the original playset. I'm not sure what it signifies. Maybe in this playset it signifies, along with the flag, who's actually in charge of the castle, whether it's He-Man or Skeletor. Once again, it's a great little add-on for this display piece. Alright guys, now I managed to go online and find some photos of the original playset for you guys to take a look at and compare it to the new version, so you guys can see what's anything different, what's similar. But we've done enough on Castle Grayskull. Now let's take a look at these new He-Man and Skeletor action figures.
Don't go away. We'll be back right after these messages.
What do we have here?
It's Castle Grayskull. And it's mine. Not so fast, beast Beastman. He-Man!
You can pit He-Man against Beastman playing for the power of Castle Grayskull. You have to put the castle together. Beastman's escaping.
What's wrong, Dad? Dad, you saved the castle!
Castle Grayskull from the Masters of the Universe collection. He-Man and Beastman each sold separately from Mattel.
And now, back to He-Man.
Well, since I was able to get Castle Grayskull, you know I had to get He-Man and Skeletor to go with it for a display piece. So let's take a quick look at these new figures here. The details on them, well, there's not much to them except they're just big muscle-bound guys. They're very basic. The detail on them, just a lot of muscles on top of muscles. They do remind me very much of the original He-Man, except these guys have way more articulation than the original figures. So as you can see here, his head's on a ball joint. He can look up, down, got a little bit of side to side. The original figures could only go left or right, and he can do 360. Now, once again, a lot of articulation. He can go out 90 degrees at the shoulder. He can also do 360 rotation, and he can pivot at the elbow, which is really cool because you couldn't do that with the original figures. And he has wrist rotation as well. He can bend the wrist and you can rotate it as well there. That is a really cool added feature. Now for the legs, pretty much based on the original 80s. He can only go that much forward. He really can't go much back, but there's a lot of articulation. You can see he can go that far out to the side. Now he can bend at the knees almost 90 degrees, but that's about as far. Now he has a lot of articulation. He has articulation in the boots itself, and you can tell by the way his foot's twisted. He has articulation in the ankle as well. This thing has a lot of articulation, and he also has rotation right at the knee as well there too. So you can actually make these guys stand up. There's not a problem getting them to pose to stand, which was a big issue back in the 80s with these figures. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at Skeletor's detail now. All right, once again, he is a blue muscle bound. As you can see, he's got what to me looks like the original face sculpt. Once again, he has the same articulation as He-Man. I like the chest plate. He has the belt for the bottom there. He actually has the web feet, as you can see there. Once again, same articulation. I'm not too thrilled on the back, as you cannot put anything on his back. I wish they would have put a sword holder just like they did on He-Man. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at some of the accessories now. Now Skeletor comes with his staff as always. Done here, as you can see, he's got a nice little detail to it, and it's done in like a purplish color. Might come off as blue on the camera, but you can get him to hold that just like he did. It's kind of hard, just like with the 80s version, to actually get these guys to kind of hold this stuff right. They should have actually done a little bit better with the grip so they can hold stuff. That's just my opinion. And he also comes with his half of the Sword of Power. I'm pretty sure you guys got a good look at it before, but once again, this is something you can place in their hands. Get him to hold this. Now, once again, the only thing I really don't like is it's half a sword. For the reissues, they could have done a lot better on the swords there, but it is what it is. Now, He-Man comes with his shield, as always, and you can actually place that on his arm. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, the original shield was easy to click on. This one is kind of cumbersome to actually get him to place it on his arm, because depending on where you place it is whether or not it's going to lock in nice and tight. If you don't position it right, it will flop around. But he also comes with his battle axe. Now, once again, not much detail to it, but one cool thing is He-Man actually holds this pretty good. a little bit better than the Skeletor figure holding his weapons. And once again, He-Man also comes with his half of the power sword. Now the cool thing about the He-Man figure is on the back there's this little slot where you can actually put the sword and hold it there. Now guys, one quick reminder, don't put it down as far as I did right here, because if you do, it is really hard to get it out. As you can see here, it's not, I don't think it's supposed to go that far deep. It actually slips down very easy, but trying to get it back out is very cumbersome. So I recommend actually just sliding it to the point of least resistance. But there you go guys, 2 great new figures, a great playset. This is truly something great if you're a He-Man fan to put on your shelf for display. Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap up another video right there. Once again, a great playset, 2 great figures, and now unfortunately for me, I'm just gonna have to go and start purchasing some more figures to build up this collection. As you guys know, I do have the Mega Bloks He-Man set. The only thing I'm missing from there is Castle Grayskull. With any luck, I'll be able to find one for a good price online for that. But now I'm gonna have to start collecting these guys as well. I just hope I got some room somewhere in my office or my apartment to actually display these guys. But guys, once again, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified every time I put a new video up on this channel. Guys, if you like the videos I'm putting out, hit that like button. It does help. And leave me a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think so far of this channel. Once again, this is Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.